Hey, what's going on, world of YouTube? This is A New Breed coming back at you with another video. Yeah, this one I'm gonna make quick, or at least try to make quick. Understand, and I'm gonna tell this to everybody, and this isn't to fearmonger or to prey on anyone's fears. But when you bug out in the wilderness, there are going to be bugs there. I got a good friend, and I'm not gonna name any names. But we were all supposed to go camping because everybody wants to go out and trek and try out their new prepping equipment, whole 9 yards. You know, it's all good. And get your bug out bag ready. He's like, all right, cool. Because this is a cat who talks about when stuff hits the fan, he's heading straight out to the wilderness. He's got his life straw. He's got his pack. He's got his headlamps. He's got his canteens. He's got everything. He's good to go, you know. So we're like, all right, cool. So go ahead and let's go ahead and put some of the stuff in your bug out bag to use. Let's get you out there. Let's put you in a real life scenario. So he looks and we go back and forth and he's like, all right, what do you believe I should bring? So I tell him, you know, some of the necessities. We'll be going fishing. So, you know, bring a fishing pole, bring some bait, bring some stuff like that. You know, of course I can supply the bait. We were just stopping there. So everything's good. I mean, he's excited for the trip. Super excited. So a week goes past, you get more excited. He's like, yeah, I'm about to show you how much of a prepper I am. I'm like, all right, cool, you know, to each their own. And I don't knock anybody for however they prep or they choose to prep. So finally the day comes. Everybody rounds up their stuff. We're all about to go out camping. We're about to have a good time, you know. And we're treating it more like a camping trip, not a survival trip. So it's all good. It's cool. As soon as we get out there, I see the fear in his face and he just turns completely pale. And he's like, hey, are there spiders out here? So, dude, unfortunately, I laughed. I'm not going to lie. I busted out laughing. I'm like, wait, are you serious? And he was dead serious. He's like, are there spiders out here? And I tried to keep a straight face. I couldn't for too long. I did a little snicker and then I dropped it and I'm like, wait, you're dead serious? He's like, yeah. I have a horrible fear of spiders. So that brought me to this video. Before you bug out, yes, there are bugs out. I mean, there are bugs out there, literally. If you have a fear of spiders, please don't make plans to bug out unless you absolutely have to, because there's a whole thing between living comfortable, being uncomfortable, and just being plain out uncomfortable. He couldn't sleep. So I'm not even trying to be mean or funny, but yeah, his fear of spiders was so bad that he actually could not sleep. He had to pack up his bags, leave, and go home because his fear of spiders was so bad. So I'm not saying that to pray or laugh at him. I'm just saying understand that now he knows that in a stuff hits the fan situation, bugging in is probably his best bet because that is kind of his weakness. I got a cousin, terrible fear of spiders. I mean snakes, I'm sorry, terrible fear of snakes. Bugging out might not be the right thing for you. And I'm not saying this again to be mean or anything, but understand your fears and understand the situations you're going to be in. Some of these things might not be right for you. You're going to run into skunks, you're going to run into raccoons, you're going to run into a lot of stuff on a regular basis. If you have a fear of it, just bug in. Bugging in is honestly safer for some people. Now I'm going to do a video on the do's and don'ts of bug in and bug out, and kind of so people can dare to compare, and it's just the pros and cons. I'm not going for either way, you know, and I'll explain my preference in the video. But needless to say that if you're going to be bugging out, there's a lot of stuff out there that you're going to run into. That's all I can really say. If you can't stand mosquitoes, probably shouldn't be bugging out. You know, because it's cool, you got off and all the other good stuff, but it will run out. And you got to make sure that is going to run out after you get to the new location. Next, of course, you're going to run into bees, different things like that out there in the woods. If you are allergic to bees, you have to carry an EpiPen. That's something to think about. If you're scared of deer, you know, don't go out in the woods. There's a whole list of things. I really want you to sit down and think and understand that bugging out, there's more to bugging out than taking your bug out bag and just going out there. You do not want to wipe your butt with poison ivy. You do not want to step or sit down or go to use the bathroom by a snake. You do not want to get bit by a spider. If you have fears of these things, your best bet is to bug in somewhere that's safe. Not saying indoors doesn't have these things, but at least you know your surroundings and you might not have to worry about it as much. Now, that's just from a realistic standpoint. And once again, I'm not really trying to laugh at too many people. Now, in his situation, his arachnophobia was something he couldn't get over. And I completely understand. So we were like, hey, yo, you just understand, switch up your game. You know, and that's just on him. And he did, actually. Now he's completely done a bug-in plan because he don't want to bug out. And if he does bug out, he's bugging out in his car. He has made strategic plans to stay in his vehicle. So, you know, it kind of is what it is. But that's just to say and to tell people, know your surroundings, know what you're getting into, and understand. This wasn't just about bugs. So this is about a couple different things. Like I said, bears. It depends on where you're at. Scorpions, wolves. There's a lot out there. You have to know how to hunt it, how to evade it, how to, avoid it, how to kill it if need be. You're not just going to go out there and the bugs are all just going to leave. So when you go to your spot and you decide to lay down, if you lay down on an anthill, the ants aren't going to politely get up and be like, hey, my bad, sorry, even though we were here first, we're going to bang out. No, they're going to try to eat you alive. This is something that's going to happen. Everything needs food. Walking in the middle of the night, you will run into spider webs. I've done it many times while camping. What do? Wipe them off and keep going. But for some people, that could send you into a nervous freaking breakdown. So why put yourself through that? Prepare for what you're going to prepare for and just kind of take it from there. Now, that's just the reality of the situation, and that's how I'm going to bring it to you. Whether you like it, love it, whether you laugh about it, cool. I'm just trying to bring it to you in a way you can feel. Now, amongst the things you're going to run into, it's just so hard to explain the list. Go around, look at your general area, look at the animals in your area, survey the plants, go through and get very familiar with what you're going to be dealing with. Now, on that note, I'm going to cut this short, but I'm going to share a couple clips with you just in case so you can kind of get an idea on what you're going to be running into. So this is A New Breed, and I'm not signing out yet, so just bear with me. Just keep watching, all right? And you can't always believe about what people say standing up to nature. Look at that hoof game. Yeah, and you can fight back if you wanted to, but I'm telling you, hey, look at that footwork right there. Yeah, this is A New Breed signing off. Now remember, there are bugs when you bug out. There actually is nature in nature. And if you're ready, you ain't got to get ready. So I'll catch y'all later. A New Breed. Peace.